So the final thing I wanted to introduce you to is the idea of the quizzes. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to have some very important words about academic integrity in the quizzes at the end of this video. Let me be upfront with you. These quizzes are not designed for me to really evaluate you nearly so much as they are designed to motivate you to actually do the readings and watch the videos as the course goes along. So let's talk specifically about the quizzes. You can see there are 10. They're all very low point total, 35 out of 1,000 points, and that's why after 10 of them, it's just 35% of your grade. There are 8 true and false questions on each quiz. That's it, 8 questions, all true and false. For each of those quizzes, there's a test bank that has as few as 12 questions in it, and I think the largest question bank has 24 questions in it. These are all questions that I've written. So let me tell you what the questions are like. They tend to be either true, as in a direct extraction from the textbook or a direct extraction from the videos, or false, which is to say a largely direct extraction from those material with the wrong thing inserted in the middle. So you're going to find that these quizzes the questions tend not to be you're going to be able to go to the book and look it up and say, oh, no, that's clearly wrong. Probably 1 or 2 questions in each test bank are what I would call thinking questions. You're not going to be able to go straight to the textbook and find exactly whether that statement is right or wrong. You're going to have to think. So you're going to occasionally miss a quiz question just because you didn't understand the concept or you tricked yourself as you were reading the question. But for the most part, you're going to be able to know exactly whether the question is right or wrong because you have access to the materials. So yes, all of the quizzes are open book, open note, open video, open everything. And I expect that you're going to use that opportunity. But what you're going to find is the quizzes are limited to 25 minutes. At 25 minutes, it locks you out. So I purposely kept that time short enough to give you time to look up those 3 or 4 questions that you're not 100% about, but not enough time such that if you haven't read the chapter at all, that you're likely to be successful in skimming through the chapter and finding the answers. Rather, I expect that after you've read the chapter and you're familiar with what's in the material, you're going to see a quiz question. You're going to go, oh, that's talking about that concept. I didn't think I remember what page that was discussed, and you're going to flip back to the page. So you have enough time to do that. You don't have enough time to look up every question from scratch. You'll see some of the questions have a V at the beginning of the question. That just signals you it's in a video. So it probably isn't worth flipping through the textbook because it's coming from one of the videos. So you're going to have 8 questions, time to look them up. It is open book, and I would expect everybody's going to have a 90% or greater average on these quizzes when it's all said and done. So like I said, this is not about generating grade distribution. This isn't about evaluating your level of knowledge. This is about motivating you to get into the material. So here's how I would personally do this course. I've listed on there what's exactly on each quiz. So on quiz 1, you can see it's chapter 1 of the textbook and those videos. So I would read chapter 1 of the textbook, I would watch those videos, I would take the quiz. Then I would read chapter 2 and the Mahalco handout, watch the next set of videos on creativity and IDEO, then I would take that quiz. So I would do very much a put it in my brain, take the quiz, put it in my brain, take the quiz. That's what I'm looking for you to do. This is simply a way to get you to read the stuff and watch the videos, because if you do, then you're learning what I want you to learn in this course, and I'm very happy about that. So now let me give you the very cautionary term about integrity in the quizzes. I understand that you all could collaborate as a group and that you could share a lot of intelligence on the quiz questions, and you could make the quizzes all very easy. I won't even delineate all the ways I think you could do that because frankly you all are so much more savvy than I am. You can come up with lots of ways to cheat that I've not even dreamed of. Here's my word to you: don't. Here's the big picture. I'm using these quizzes to motivate you individually to read the material and watch the videos. Anything and I want to underline that word, anything you do that compromises that, whether you read an email from somebody, you see a blog post from somebody, somebody whispers to you that this is what you need to focus on, somebody mentions this was a particular question, anything you do to get outside information as to the contents of the quiz is cheating. Now, I don't have a team of 7 investigators following you all around to see if you're cheating. I'll just tell you my experience as a teacher is that magically things find their way to me and I become aware of that stuff. I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that. And if I find that somebody has, you can expect one of the strictest sanctions available to me as the penalty. And remember, the strictest sanction available to me for a penalty is a 0 on the course. So don't undercut the intent of these quizzes. I hate to dwell so much on that, but I'm very serious about that. I'm very serious about integrity, and I want you all to be warned off early on to say, okay, I get it. I'll just take the quizzes straight up. Enough of all this introductory material. Dive into the content.